Well, Graham, since you drew with Eastleigh in the first tie, the stakes have really risen with the draw of Manchester United for the winners.
Look, it's an FA Cup game. It's an opportunity to reach the fourth round against Eastleigh. Really good team, really competitive team, and that's where we're at. No point in talking about could have, should have, maybe, what's ifs, buts, ands. We've got an opportunity to win a game of football, to play, to compete in the FA Cup, to go into the next round, and we're just concentrating on that really, rather than looking elsewhere or anything beyond.
Are you pleased the way your players did that on Saturday to win a game when they might have had half an eye on Tuesday?
Yes, I have to be honest, I was really pleased with the result on Saturday, the clean sheet and the result, the mentality, the mindset. Yeah, all of that was really, really good and strong. It probably wasn't the way we would like to play week in, week out on Saturday, but like I said on Saturday, I said after the game to the lads, it was a really, really difficult game to play in because of the stop and starts, the whistle kept going, the injuries to players, injuries to referees. It was just a game Saturday that there was no flow to it, there was no continuity to it. So look, the mentality was, and that should never be questioned, the mentality of our boys, our group. So it was really pleasing. The results was the pleasing part, and the clean sheet was the pleasing part. The performance levels will need to be improved upon if we were to get anything out of the Eastleigh game on Tuesday night.
Their manager said after their home defeat by Southend that he had one eye on the Newport game. He rested one or two. He made substitutions because they were close to a booking, which might have ruled them out. Did you have half an eye on Tuesday, on Saturday?
No, couldn't afford to do that. I can't afford to do that. This group of lads, we have what we have. We are what we are. I don't have the luxury that Eastleigh have of resting, of rotation, of changing things around. We are what we are. We made one or two adjustments on Saturday to freshen us up a little bit. We've had a long season. I think we're going to go to Eastleigh on Tuesday evening, and I think that'll be our 37th game of the season, which is phenomenal. We play every game as it comes. You'll know me by now, I want to win every game, but we need to be competitive in every game. And yeah, freshening things up for us on Saturday, one or two adjustments helped us, and then we were able to bring one or two lads off the bench, which helped us. It helped the lads as well, because one or two of them you could physically see over the last week or two have been hit by the heavy fixture load and the games that they've been asked to play in. So no, we'll take one game as it comes. Our next opponent is Eastleigh, with full concentration on them.
And what do you have to do better than you did at home to win this tie?
Well, look, let's have it right, and I don't want to sit here and talk about officials or decisions. We're going there because of a decision that's been made. Yes, we've been offered the apology and a bunch of flowers and a box of chocolates and all the nice little things that come with. But an apology like that, a decision like that, that's not acceptable. Really, it's not acceptable. We'll go, and if we can play the same way as we did in the first game, I'll be pleased. But this time, I just think we need to maybe polish off our moves, polish off our patterns, and maybe score a second goal. And I think if we had scored a second goal in the first game, I think the tie would have been over. But at 1-0, you're always vulnerable. There's always be a little bit of nervous energy kicking around as well when you're 1-0 up, as there was on Saturday. We were 1-0 up at Doncaster as well. So that's part and parcel of football. Yeah, but look, we need to we need to be better in the final third. We need to be a little bit more clinical in the final third. And if we get the same performance level as we did in the first game, I'd be more than happy.
Richard Hill, the Eastleigh manager, said the Newport game is the biggest the club has ever faced because of the prize on offer for it. You must be aware of just how much financial ramifications a win at Eastleigh could have for you.
I'm obviously aware, Jesus, yeah, I'm aware, but look, the financial side of things don't really come into my thinking, to be honest. I got to manage a group of lads, I've got to manage a football club. We have another game coming up on Tuesday night. It's a chance to reach the FA Cup fourth round, which is an unbelievable opportunity, an unbelievable chance. Both clubs will want to win, both clubs will be fighting for it, both clubs will be going out, I'm sure, to please their fan base. So look, it's a game of football. Let's concentrate on that game of football and not the periphery of finances and what's going to happen after and before and things like that. Let's be focused on the game in hand, and that's really all we will be thinking about.
But it could be massive for this club as well, couldn't it?
Well, look, it is what it is. It's me sitting here talking in front of cameras and microphones is not going to change anything. It is what it is. It's a game of football, and it's brilliant. It's a great achievement by both clubs, Eastleigh and Newport, to be still in the FA Cup at this stage. So both clubs have achieved. Both clubs have done really, really well, and we both clubs will want to go on and push on and get into the next round. Obviously, the prize and the finances and the day that it is, the day out that it is. But look, let's concentrate on the game. Let's not start having this pantomime of Man United and finances and all sorts of nonsense. It's a game of football. Let's get our head around the game of football. It's 90 minutes, possibly 120. It's 11 v 11, club v club, team v team. That's where we're at, and nothing more, nothing less.
I'm going to keep trying. You can't tell. We know your soft spot for Manchester United as well. Everybody knows it. You can't tell me you haven't sort of put your head on the pillow at night and thought, wow, that would be great, wouldn't it? Having my heroes down at Rodney Parade.
So not me heroes. Listen, let's keep things in context. You know, you've got a game of football ahead of you. You start thinking about anything other than Eastleigh, you'll end up in trouble. You'll end up with negativity, and you'll end up making bad decisions. Our sole focus, like I said after the game on Saturday, after the Doncaster game, our focus then reverted to Eastleigh. Obviously, they had the luxury of thinking about the Newport game prior to their game on Saturday against Southend. We didn't. We have the squad that we've got, the players that we've got. We'll go to Eastleigh, we'll give it our best, and we'll see what happens at the end of the game. If we're successful, brilliant. If we're unsuccessful, we'll congratulate Eastleigh and we'll move on. And
you'd love to give, though, Hugh Jenkins a nice welcome if and when he walks into the club this month.
Yeah, we would.
He hasn't been on to you about it then?
Look, he's a big supporter of the club and what we're doing. So he's been really positive over the last few weeks as well with us. So it's great, and we just want to, obviously, as we said last week, we just want to take over, and we want to be, and hopefully we are making strides in the right direction as a football club, given what we've come through over the last 12-15 months. And look, I think we are. I think we're going in the right direction, and bringing you or getting you on board will be something that we're all looking forward to. So yeah, fingers crossed it's done in the next couple of weeks, and we can really get stuck into progressing this football club.
Must be a big game. I haven't even asked you about the transfer window again. So have you had any joy last 24 hours or so?
Yeah, I brought 10-11 players in, so there was no need to rest anybody on Saturday. I've got a fresh 11 going tomorrow night. Look, even if you bring anybody in, they can't play in this game, so it's immaterial really.
Are you close though, or?
Well, they still can't play in the Eastleigh game, so it doesn't matter if you bring them in. They'll be unavailable for the Eastleigh game. So if there's one or two fresh faces Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then we'll consider them for the Wrexham game. But as it is, I've got 20 lads in the squad, and they're the 20 lads I'll concentrate on, and I'll spend my time with over the next 24-48 hours. And like I said, we're fully focused on the Eastleigh game, nothing more, nothing less.
Last thing, are you going to practice penalties just in case?
Well, it's a bit late now because we just finished training, so whether we have or we haven't, it's a bit late now.
As a manager, you're obviously saying probably all the right things. It's a game of football, we've got to focus on the 90, 120 minutes, but how difficult has it been to sort of keep that, what is potential game, out of the minds of the players?
I don't know. I don't live in their minds. I work with them, I speak to them, I coach them, I manage them. But like I say, if you're unsuccessful, that game never comes about. That game never happens. So it's pointless. It's pointless. Of course, your mindset, your mentality has got to be strong and focus on the one game. Of course, there's that in the background, all that noise. But you gotta block that out, because, as I say, if you're unsuccessful, you don't have that. You end up disappointed and letting people down and things like that. So look, let's work with what we've got. Where we are. We're going into an FA Cup third round replay against Eastleigh, and that's all we need to be thinking about. Nothing more, nothing less. Think about that game, think about the challenge ahead, and then we move on. When we wake up Wednesday morning, we move on to our next challenge, and that happens to be Wrexham. So look, first and foremost, it's Eastleigh. Let's park everything else till we take till we take this game on.
And on the draw, I mean, it's sort of since the draw, I think there's something you've picked up on, that people seem to want Eastleigh to win, maybe because it's more of a sort of romantic story, non-league side. People perhaps don't know so much about them. Is that something you're aware or you've picked up on at all?
No. Look, I think the Newport people want us to win. The Eastleigh people want them to win. The neutrals, look, it don't really matter to us what the neutrals say, I think. But yeah, there will be a little bit of notoriety around, and they're obviously speaking over there, and they're looking at other grounds if they play Man United in the next round and things like that. Yeah, there's been a lot of noise. But look, let's just, for 24 hours, just I just can't wait for the referee to blow the whistle and make all the noise and all the nonsense, make all that disappear, and just get on with the game, because football's a great game, and it should be sole focus about football, not about what could or might be there in the periphery. Favourites, I don't think there's a favourite. Everybody will have who they want to win and who they won't want to win. But the Newport people will want Newport to win, and the Eastleigh people will want them to win. So, look, that's football. That's football. We'll concentrate on our business.
Yeah, and sort of Rob touched on it, sort of a fondness for United, like many Irish people have. I mean, what was sort of your early memories of United, looking at your age? Would it sort of be the Ron Atkinson team of the early 80s and that?
No, I actually shed a few tears when we got beat in 1979 in the FA Cup final.
Can you remember that?
I was only a little nipper, and I probably wouldn't remember, but my dad would tell you. And I had to wait till 83 to the replay Brighton before I could. That was the first time I've ever seen Man United lift the trophy. And then obviously 85, the Norman Whiteside goal. So yeah, all those memories, and obviously 1990 then, and the FA Cup runs that they've had and the success they've had. So yeah, look, that's that was growing up as a kid, but I'm not a kid anymore.
No. Have you ever come across them in your professional career though? Have you ever come across them in your professional career at all?
When I was at Blackburn, I would have played against the Nevilles and the Giggs and the Beckhams and all that. They were coming through the system. So yeah, we would have had quite a few games against Man United when I was at Blackburn.
Yeah. In
the reserves, I might add, not the first team. I wasn't good enough to play in the Premier League.
Yeah, and if you were to get through finally, no doubt you'll be back home. You'll be after a few tickets, won't they?
Listen, I don't know. Let's like I say, let's see what happens if we do get through. I'll be able to answer that question for you on Wednesday morning or Thursday morning. But let's see. Let's see what happens over the next day or two.
That's great. All the best.